Hi, I'm Kat and welcome to Kat's Cooking Corner, Halloween edition. Today we are going to be making a pumpkin cake with cream cheese frosting. Today I'd like to do a little shameless self-promotion. My entire outfit, save for the hat, are products from my business, my store, Gothique Apparel. You can buy this entire outfit, different colors of course if you wish, from Gothique Apparel. So make sure and check us out. Okay, for the first part of this recipe, which is of course the cake, you're going to need all-purpose flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt, pumpkin pie spice, unsalted butter, granulated sugar, eggs, and a can of pumpkin. Okay, apparently Miss Pepper wants to be in the video, which is fitting. She's a black cat for Halloween. But, to begin with though, I need to get a little prepared because I obviously cannot cook in this complete outfit with my hair down. So, remove my witch's hat. And, Miss Pepper. Okay, try to set the black cat down so I can pull my hair back. Yes, Miss Pepper, give Mommy a moment. I will hold you again, I promise, I promise. Just hang on. Hang on. Oh. Okay, I'm pulling the sleeves up. And I'm going to grab Miss Pepper. Oh. Let her up on my shoulders. Okay. Now she's a happy cat. Okay, so the first thing, this is not the easiest thing in the world to do. Whoops. I was going to put my apron on, but obviously she's not allowing it. So, the first thing we are going to do, we're going to take a separate mixing bowl, and we are going to put 2 cups of all-purpose flour in here. And hopefully we can do this without too much trouble. One cup. And 2 cups. Okay. This is turning out to be a little more complicated than I thought it would. Okay. Then we need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. This is my baking soda. I like to keep my baking soda in a nice little Tupperware container so that it stays fresh and doesn't absorb those nasty odors that it's prone to do. Otherwise, go ahead and move the flour over so it's out of the way. Okay. Okay, this is not working out. Miss Pepper. Miss Pepper. Okay. Mommy's going to squat down here. You need to get down onto the trash can, okay? There. There we go. Oh. Now we need a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. a half teaspoon of plain salt, and my shirt came untucked. Oh well. Yeah, having cats that want to ride on your back can be a little complicated. Okay. And then we need 3 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. We're going to whisk this all together. Move that. Move this stuff over. I have a little more room. We're going to whisk all the dry goods together. Once they're blended, we're just going to set it aside and wait till we're actually ready to put it in the wet goods. Now we're going to go ahead and preheat our oven to 350 degrees. So that, oh, just a moment here. Before I do that, I forgot I have my cast iron skillets stored in there. I do not want those left in when I preheat, because then it will be a pain to get them out. There we go. Now we can preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Okay. The next step is to get our mixer set up. And we need 3/4 cup of butter, which if it actually comes in sticks, then that's 1.5 sticks. And you want to leave this setting out so that it's room temperature before you go to use it. That way it's much easier to beat up and such. Yeah, we're going to beat up the butter. What fun. But we are going to beat it in the blender or mixer. This one's a mixer. Blender, stand up. Okay. Move it, Miss Pepper. Miss Pepper is definitely determined to see what's going on today. We need 1.5 sticks of butter, and set the rest of this aside. And then we need 1.5 cups of sugar, and we're going to go ahead and put both of these in before we turn on the mixer. Miss Pepper, it's okay. You can come back in here if you want. I don't know if you can hear her, but she's crying. Come on. turn this on low and mix the butter and the sugar together. Okay, once it's slightly mixed, we're going to go ahead and start adding the eggs, which I forgot to bring them out, so I'll be right back. Oh, my kitchen is way too tiny. Okay, so we're going to turn the mixer back on. We're going to add these, doing 4 eggs, one at a time. We want to make sure that the eggs are well blended before we go on to the next step, which is, of course, the canned pumpkins. And you want one 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree. Pure canned pumpkin. Some words I just cannot get to come out, no matter how hard I try. They might seem like simple words, but I'm going to turn it off for just a moment so that I can actually grab my apron. Since Miss Pepper went the other room. Okay. Now we're ready. Once the pumpkin is thoroughly blended in. Oh, yeah. thoroughly blended. I don't know if you can see it or not. Once it's thoroughly blended, then it's time to add the dry ingredients. So, lift that up. Add about half of it. Kind of stir it in by spoon. Add the rest. Again, just kind of stir it up a little bit. This keeps it from like exploding everywhere when you start your mixer back up. Now turn it back on low. Where did I put my towel? There it is. Okay. Okay, I took just a moment to straighten things up a smidge. Now we want to prepare our cake pans. So I'm going to make some little pumpkin cupcakes. And then whatever batter is left over, if there is any, I'm going to make into a small square pan. Into a small square cake. And a small square cake pan. First thing we're going to do is coat all of our pans with non-stick cooking spray. Then I'm going to take the batter and fill each little cupcake about 3/4 of the way. Take a spoon and just kind of smooth these out a little bit as best as I can. This is a very thick batter, so and this is my first time using this little pumpkin jack-o'-lantern, whatever, cake mold. So I'm hoping that I filled these enough. That I didn't overfill them or underfill them, whatever. I'm just kind of guessing on it right now. But we will find out. Worst case scenario, they just won't have the stem on top because it's filled just to the little indentation for the stem. So Yeah. Got out the small cookie sheet to set these on. Set them aside while we finish up the cake. Miss Pepper, you don't need up here. No, no. Well, pumpkin actually won't hurt cats. Really don't want to let them have the batter simply because of all the sugar in it. Sugar is not good for cats. Smooth it out. Now we're ready to put it in the oven. I'm going to put both of these in together and set our timer for about 40 minutes. Check it. If it's not quite done, go about another 5 minutes. So anywhere 40 to 45 minutes. Okay, wardrobe change. The other one was just way too hard to cook in. Anyway, and yes, this is another Gothic Rose Apparel item. This is from our Taku Squad cosplay shop. So, but while the cake is cooking, which we've only got like 10 minutes left on the cake, it's actually doing pretty good. It smells really good. Looks good. So, but we have about 10 more minutes on that. So I'm going to go ahead and start the frosting. Of course, you're going to want to let the cake totally cool before you frost it. But we're going to go ahead and start the frosting. For this, we need unsalted butter, cream cheese, powdered sugar, vanilla, and salt. We're going to start out once again by preparing our mixer. Had to take time to clean everything, and I am going to go ahead and pull my hair back. There. Oops. Now we need a container of cream cheese. This is of course an 8-ounce container. We need about 4 ounces. Room temperature. And the package is of course marked, so just kind of cut it. And open it. There. Drop in half the cream cheese. Okay. See if that for something else. Wash my hands real quick. Now we need 10 tablespoons of butter. So essentially 1 stick, which is 4. Or not 4. It's 8. Sorry. Getting ahead of myself. And then another 2 tablespoons off of another stick. This is the half stick that was left over earlier. So and we're going to go ahead and put this on low and blend the butter and cream cheese together. Going to turn it off for just a moment. Now we're going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon, just a little tiny pinch of salt, not very much. And we want 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then 3 1/4 cups of powdered sugar. We're going to start out with just 1 of the cups. Yeah, and of course. Should have put my apron back on. And we're going to turn it back on to low. It's okay. I don't know why she's my cat that has PTSD, separation anxiety and all that from the dog attack. And she has really been clingy here lately, carrying around one of her toys and crying. So that makes 3 1/4. I'll go ahead and toss this into the sink. Okay. Now we're going to turn this back on to low and finish blending it. It is really wanting to just climb up the beaters rather than walk right here. There we go. About medium and mix it for about 2 minutes. Now, since I'm going to decorate these as pumpkins, I'm going to put in a couple drops of orange food coloring. We have really pretty orange frosting. Okay. We're going to set that aside until the cake is finished and cooled, and then we will decorate. And just a nice little public service announcement for anyone who has black cats. Please keep them indoors this Halloween. There are a lot of mean people out there who would harm them just because. There's really no reason for it, but people are strange. Fact is, many cultures, older cultures, actually viewed black cats as good luck. It wasn't until more recent times, don't quote me on exactly when, that they became considered bad luck. I know a lot of it had to do with the witch trials and such, but there might have been cultures that viewed them as bad luck and evil before that. But I know American folklore, it would be the time of the Salem witch trials. But black cats are not evil. They are not bad luck. They're just big babies. So please keep your babies safe. Okay, as you can tell, the cakes are done. They're out of the oven. They didn't cook quite 40 minutes. I took them out about 35 because I could smell it and I knew that it was done. I checked it and that was correct. But as I feared, the cupcakes rounded on the bottom, which of course in the cupcake mold would have been the top. But yeah, they rounded, so I'm going to have to figure out something to do with that before I decorate them. But other than that, everything seems to be fine. We just have to wait for it to cool and try to keep Miss Pepper out of stuff. Come on. Wait for it to cool and then we can frost it. Okay, the cake is still a little warm. Not ready to frost it yet, but the cupcakes are fine. So what I've done is taken one of my large Tupperware containers and I've lined it with 4-cup coffee filters and set each of the cupcakes in there. Now what I'm going to do is fill my Tupperware decorating bag with the frosting. Maybe. If I can figure out how to do this. First thing I'm going to do, actually, otherwise it's all going to run out. Put one of my tips on here. Now, rather than mixing up some more and putting black food coloring in it and all, I just bought some pre-made black decorating frosting for making the jack-o'-lantern faces. always so difficult to fill the decorating bags. And I'll be honest, it's been a while since I've actually took the time to decorate the cake or cupcakes or anything. I used to do this all the time when my daughter was little, but when she grew up, I just haven't really had any real reason or desire to, so. But I thought today it would be fun, so. Bear with me if I make a mess. Yeah. Okay, so what I need to do, it's looking nice and pretty, but that's not going to work for decorating in the long run, I don't think. I was hoping I had just a plain tip, but this set did not come with a plain tip. They're all leaves and flowers and that sort of stuff, so I'm thinking what I'm going to do. Well, that is really pretty. It's not what I had in mind. So like I said, decorating today is kind of an experiment because it's been a very long time since I've done this. So I'm just going to take and smooth on the orange frosting. Now, of course, this is not orange flavored, it's just orange colored. It's cream cheese frosting. This is why I didn't totally fill the decorating bag with the frosting over here, because I wasn't sure how this was going to work. But I am going to put a nice big gallop, that's what horses do, dollop of frosting in the bottom. Set this on to hold it in place where it's kind of rounded. And that has very good frosting. So we will still use this frosting on this cake. So now we're going to take the black decorating frosting. If I don't lose it. Oh. And we are going to make the little jack-o'-lantern face. If it will cooperate with me. May not be the most perfect looking pumpkin in the world, but there we go. You can see it. Okay, now we're going to finish frosting these, and then we'll go to the cake once it's cool. Okay, I think the cake is ready to frost. The cupcakes are done, and I don't know if you can see them. Oh, don't want them to roll over. Now, obviously, they're not absolutely drop-dead gorgeous pumpkin cupcakes like I had hoped for. But, like I said, it's been a decade or better since I actually tried decorating anything, so I think I did fairly well. The fact of the matter is, unless you are actually a trained cake decorator or just have some natural mad skills for decorating cakes, the average person's projects are never going to turn out as drop-dead gorgeous as what you see on the internet. So it's best to just accept your skill level and have fun with it. So I'm going to set cupcakes aside, and I'm going to start work on the cake. And I'm doing it a little differently. I'm probably not going to decorate it, but I'm going to use the decorating bag. And go around the edges, and I'll decide what I'm doing from there. Like I said, just have fun with it. Oops. I'm going to have to put some more frosting in the bag. So, I'm going to finish this up and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I finished decorating the cake. Not the greatest looking thing, I know, but I think it turned out fairly well. And of course, here are the cupcakes up close. Thank you for watching today's episode of Kat's Cooking Corner. If you would like to see more recipes, please subscribe.